Hi there. Today we're going to make some granola, some homemade granola, and we're going to start with some sunflower seeds, raw sunflower seeds. This is 14 ounces and 14 ounces of raw pumpkin seeds, or they're sometimes called pepitas. And we're going to toast them because when they're raw, well, they might taste a little better toasted, which I like the raw also, but the raw may have some larvae or some eggs. I experienced years ago when I used only half of this and I stuck it back in the cupboard. I found when I got it back, it had moths flying inside. It was pretty gross. So now, whenever I use these nuts, I just toast them, put them in a tray, and you toast them for about 10 or 15 minutes, and that'll kill whatever could be lurking inside, or, you know, you might like the taste a little better when they're toasted. So these are ready to bake. 10 or 15 minutes will kill anything. And then we start with the oats. We're going to toast the oats. So you put I'd say about a quarter cup of olive oil in the tray, and you make it swoosh around so that the tray is well greased all around. And then you get a box of old-fashioned oats. I don't use the instant ones. I use the old-fashioned regular oats. And you pour them over the oil. And just swoosh them around with the oil. And you get a little bit of the oil, mix them up, and they will absorb some of the oil so that when they get toasted, at least they will be a little moist from the oil. Make sure you wash your hands before you start this. And although the oven will kill anything, so you mix them up a little bit and just smooth them out, lay them flat. And then I'm going to add some flaxseed over them. I have here just some whole ground flaxseed, and I'm going to just sprinkle some on top, as much as you like. You're not going to really taste the flaxseed. It's just in there for good nutrition. It's supposed to be good for you. So I add some flaxseed on top, probably about maybe half a cup or so. Then I recently started adding the hemp hearts because they're supposed to be really good for you. They're high in protein and antioxidants and omegas, so I'll just sprinkle some of those on top. I got about a quarter cup here, measurement. I might not put them all. Just sprinkle some on top. And again, you're not going to really taste this. It's just going to be mixed in with the rest of the stuff. So you can put more or less whatever you like. I got about a quarter cup that I'm using. Then to top it off, this is about a cup of honey. I'm going to put honey over it, and the honey process, we're going to do it 2 more times so that you mix them up, and after they're toasted, you're going to mix them up and then pour more honey on top so that the oats from the bottom will also get some honey. And you are going to just pour some honey over it. And just make sure you cover it a little bit on top, just so that it all gets somewhat of the honey. And then After it bakes for 8 minutes, it'll get a little brown. We're going to take it out and just pour more honey over it and bake it again. So that process will be done 2 more times. So it's ready to bake. Both are ready to bake. Okay, we have our first layer toasted about 8 or 9 minutes. It's a little brown. I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm going to pour more honey over it and bake it again for another 8 or 9 minutes, just until it's a little toasted, and then we're going to do it again. So just try to get the bottom oats to the top so we can add more honey to it. And here's the honey. Try to get a little bit all over it, just so that we coat all the oats, or as much as you can, on top. And we're going to bake this again for another 8 or 9 minutes at 375 degrees. And here we have the toasted pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, and they are ready to be put in a bowl and combined with the rest of the stuff. Now, you don't have to use all these. It's 14 ounces of each. You can get the 8 ounce. I'm using all of them because I make a lot and I give it away, or I use it for a snack. So I think I'll just put them all in there. Also with that, I put about half a cup of raisins. And you can put more raisins or cranberries or any kind of dried fruit that you like. You can add more or less. There's blueberries and apricots, whatever dried fruit you like. If you don't like raisins, replace them with something else. I also use coconut, and I prefer the shaved coconut, but I couldn't find any. So this is unsweetened shredded coconut. And then I also use almonds. I have a bag of almonds here, and you could use half a bag. This is 12 ounces. You don't have to use it all, but you know what? I make so much and I give it away, so I'll use it all. And you just mix it up. Mix it all up, and then when the oats are all done, you're going to just mix the oats with this, and you got granola. Now, if there's any of these seeds or nuts that you don't like, you can add walnuts, chopped pecans. You could replace it to your own taste. You don't have to use all these ingredients. Just toast the oats and with the honey, and just put whatever you like in it, whatever you enjoy. Okay, the oats are toasted again. We're going to once again mix them up, and we're going to add some more of that honey over top so that the oats on the bottom will get toasted and tasty as well with the honey flavor. Spread them out. And again, put more honey and bake them one last time for another 8 or 9 minutes. I may not use all this honey, so it was about a cup. If you like it sweet, you could add it all or less, or just, you know, as far as it goes, add a little more honey, and be sure to try to cover it all up in areas that you may have missed. And that's about it. Looks like I may not use it all. Looks like that's enough. And I'm gonna bake this one more time for another 8 or 9 minutes, and it will be complete. Okay, looks like the granola, the oats are well toasted, all done. Now we're gonna just mix them in with the rest of the stuff, and do not leave the oats in the pan. Take them out while they're good and hot. If you let them sit and cool off, they will stick to the pan and be very difficult to get off because of the honey. And so just take them out as soon as you can while they're hot and mix them in. And put water in the pan so that it doesn't stick. Mix it up. And there you go. You got granola. All done. Okay, now that the granola is all done, I'm going to put it in individual containers and freeze it or refrigerate it so that it stays fresh, because I'm not going to be able to use all this up very fast. So I'll give some away, and the rest I'll keep in the freezer or in the refrigerator so that it stays fresh. But right now, I think what I'll have is this fruit and yogurt, and I've got bananas and blueberries, strawberries, and some tangerines, and I'm going to put some plain yogurt because the granola has honey in it, and I put the fruit, the tangerines, make it a little sweet. So I'm going to just put a couple of tablespoons of yogurt and some of my granola on top. And that's it. And have myself a meal. Thank you. See you.